Honorable Men Discord, golden passports. Should you consider getting one? Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification button. So today's episode is about golden passports. All right, this is something I came across and I thought it was interesting. And for those of you that like to travel, or I should say love to travel, I figured this would be something that would spark your interest. This is courtesy of NBC News. Let's get into it, and then we'll talk about it after.
The latest sign of growing political and economic uncertainty across the country? More and more Americans are trading concrete for sand with the Golden Passport, otherwise known as the Citizenship by Investment Program. 5 Caribbean countries are offering it for as low as $100,000. The program basically grants people dual citizenship in exchange for an investment in the country in the form of a donation or real estate. One Antigua-based luxury realtor says Americans have become her primary client.
It's incredible. 99% of my buyers are from the USA, and inquiries are coming in, daily, multiple inquiries looking for that citizenship program.
Another migration consultancy group seeing Americans ask about golden passports more than ever before, with inquiries up 182% in the first quarter of this year compared to the same time last year, especially in the Caribbean.
Not necessarily for an immediate relocation, but they're looking for, a plan B in the event they need to use it or in the event there's better pastures for their family.
And the majority of Henley and Partners American clients say anxiety over U.S. politics and global wars is driving them to look elsewhere.
Now it's being used as an insurance instrument or a hedge against geopolitical risk. More Americans are obtaining these residencies and citizenships in the event of a future event or a future change of laws or future political shift.
The trend not brand new, with American inquiries to the firm rising by more than 500% between 2019 and 2023. The pandemic travel restrictions giving a boost to the industry.
They just want a safe place to come if borders close. Our government did a great job allowing people to come and visit Antigua. So people that were locked down could have used their Antiguan passport and come and had a really nice time.
Now taking off even more. Advocates for the Golden Passport say it's more than an island getaway from political panic. They point to tax benefits and some visa-free travel options at a time when the power the U.S. passport has to get you into another country without a visa is shrinking. So why would Caribbean islands even do this? In short, money. The programs fund things like infrastructure, education, and disaster preparedness. In Grenada, for example, revenue from the Citizenship by Investment Program made up over a quarter of the island's GDP in 2023. And it's not just the Caribbean. European countries like Portugal and Spain offering long-term visas in exchange for investments, a practice increasingly controversial in Europe as housing costs surge and concerns about money laundering take center stage. But President Trump has floated a similar idea in the U.S., a gold card, like a green card, but with a $5 million price tag for those hoping to spend their way into the States. So far, the program facing legal hurdles and limited interest. But back in the Caribbean, the programs seem to be attracting Americans who feel anxious about the country's future, offering them a golden opportunity for a golden sunset. Aaron Gilchrist, NBC News.
All right, so this is not about traveling. All right, this is a contingency plan. How do I feel about this? I feel if you have it, why not? I personally don't believe the U.S. is ever going to get to the point where it's so horrible that you have to go to another country to feel safe and to feel peace. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong again. But I've mentioned before, traveling to other places is a wonderful experience, but the grass is not always green on the other side. And by no means am I trying to deter anyone from traveling in general. I think everyone should want to travel. just to experience different cultures and learn about different different economies, different ways of living, different systems, different history, different art, different music. I think there's value in traveling, but this right here is not about just traveling for the sake of traveling. Clearly, this is a contingency plan. And if you have the money, I don't see why not. If you barely have the money, I say hold off on it, because you really need to look into the pros and cons about spending that kind of money. $100,000, that's a lot of money, all right? But I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? I think it's too early in the game to really speak on it. I think if you've always desired to live in a different place, this would be something to look into and consider. To have the ability to go to those places and really stay, take some time out. If you in a position to do that, take some time out, really learn the destination and learn its people and its customs, to see if that's what you really want to do, is live there. I think that's the benefit of having it. But my thing is, I believe the $100,000 only works for each destination. So it's not. That's what I think is going on here. I don't know if the $100,000 allows you to go to those different destinations that they mentioned in the beginning of the video. If the $100,000 covers your ability to go to those different places, it seems reasonable. But if it's only for one of the destinations I would mention, I would say hold off on it. But again, it's too early. This is something that while putting this video together, I was looking to see if there was other information on this, but it seems like this is the main feed, the main network that brought this to the forefront, which is NBC News. So again, I really, my opinion on this is very minimal, because it's just based on whether or not you could afford to do something like this. If you can't afford it, if this is taking up all your savings, don't do it. That's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just my thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on this? Is it something that you'd be interested in doing? Is it something that you've done already? So if any of you watching this video, if you've actually purchased a golden passport, please, by all means, jump in the comments and tell us a little bit more about it. Tell us about your experience since having a golden passport. Was it worth it? Was it not worth it? I'd like to know. But that's all I have on this episode. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay honorable.